Okay, Christoph, there is lots to talk about, lots of crisis clubs and crisis coaches. But one team that has been amazing throughout, super consistent, yet to lose a game, yet to drop many points, really, are, of course, the leaders, Leverkusen. And they finished this first half of the season off in real style, 4-0 over, very sorry to say, VfL Bochum, with Patrick Schick being the hat trick hero. 3 goals and Victor Boniface with the fourth one. I mean, we knew that Leverkusen were good. Did we know they would be this good this season? No, is the answer. It's a rhetorical question. Christoph, how impressed are you with this team?
Yesterday, again, I was deeply impressed with them, and they were setting a new record in German football because they were the first team not to lose in 25 games overall competitions. That's quite an achievement. And you mentioned Patrick Schick yesterday, and some of our listeners might wonder, oh, why didn't Victor Boniface didn't start? Xabi Alonso decided to bench the players that very likely will go to the African Cup of Nations in January. Victor Boniface, Kosunu, and Tabsoba were also on the bench, and Boniface came on later, Tabsoba as well. And and it was so fascinating to see, because in the first 28 minutes, Bochum was really creating some problems for Bayer, maybe because the new team had adjusted a bit, maybe because Bochum played it well. They didn't create much, but they prevented Leverkusen from creating anything. And then a 15-minute thunderstorm went over Bochum. It started with a penalty, and in brackets, got a question concerning Fußball Deutsch and Fußball English. We say es war ein harter Elfmeter, and I think in English you say it was a soft penalty. Is that true?
Yeah, soft in the sense that you can give it, but perhaps shouldn't. Or oh wait, also in Deutsch kann man say, I've heard weicher Elfmeter, no?
No.
No?
You would always take the perspective of the team that that suffers from the penalty. So it
Conceded the penalty. Yeah.
that they conceded the penalty, and so it was a harder, a tough decision. But anyhow, Patrick Schick converted the first one, and 2 minutes later, or 102 seconds later, he scored the second after a fantastic counter attack. And from then on, for Bochum, it was only another learning Fußball Deutsch Schadensbegrenzung, a kind of limitation.
Damage limitation.
Damage limitation. Would anybody in England talk about this in the context of football?
I've heard it before, but it's not something that is being mentioned too often.
Yeah, and so Leverkusen created a lot of chances in the second half. Bochum decided not to attack high up as they did in the first half, and tried to park the bus a bit more. And the fourth goal came after a pass from Florian Wirtz that was not from this world. I mean, this I thought it was almost when you watch this game, it looked like, I said it was a good performance by Bochum, but it's like, it's unfair that this Bayer team is so good, and I have expressed my doubts about them becoming a German champion, and still I have a bit of these doubts in the back of my mind. But right now, It's the best, by far, I would even say, the best team in Germany. And we have a lot of good teams in Germany right now.
Well, at least three. I can think of three. But they're the best one.
3.5?
3.5. They're top of the table, and they hardly concede goals anymore. What a performance. If I was wearing a hat at this point, I would take it off. Yeah, 12 goals conceded, Christoph.
Yeah.
In 16 games. I mean, that is quite remarkable.